We're closed up. That's right. Or though Trump's meeting with the Argentinian president, Milei, put on a rock concert the other night while his country begs us for $20 billion. Odd. Just thought that was weird. You know, we're giving out money. That seems pretty weird.
I'll take some.
I know. Nobody's offering us any of that crap. So that is an odd thing, you know. And look, I got nothing against Milei. I think some of the stuff he did was great. The reality is the fact that he's lasted this long in Argentina. Argentina is one of those places where every 6 months you think they're going to change the president. Because the minute you get elected, they're like, we don't like this guy. He's awful. And then on to the next guy. This guy's the worst. And then on to the next guy. And then on to the next. And then on to the next. So I still know about $20 billion, though, at a time when, you know, we're shut. Our military's not getting paid. Somebody texted in earlier, goes, who cares? They made their choice. They joined. There's no conscription. So they'll just have to deal with not getting paid. You know who cares? Voters. That's who cares. Again, stop thinking of this as, I don't care about that. I don't care about what happens to your premiums or any of those things. You know when you will? When next November, if you lose 10 seats in the House and 5 seats in the Senate, and you're like, how'd this happen? Because voters care.
And the point is not that they made their choice, that they weren't conscripted. It's the fact that at any moment, they can be told, go out to that front line and stand in front of bullets, please.
Yes. And don't get paid. Well, you got to say it like it would happen. Go outside and stand in front of those bullets, said Lindsey Graham. So we'll see. You know, I don't know what's going to happen. I'd like to see them get a clean bill through. I would like to see them put a budget through the way they're supposed to. They don't do it. That's not who they are. And I'm going to tell you guys, you know what's lost in all of this? There's no nuance. There's no understanding of any of this stuff. Everybody pitches their biggest thing that they know will get the other side's most radical, voracious online people stirred up. Everybody does. That's how they do it. That's the game that they play. They go out there and they say stuff that's absolutely over the top ridiculous. And because they know that they'll give $20 billion to Argentina, but if $1 million went over here and it's something you don't like, because it's not about telling you the truth. It's not about being honest. It's not about saying, hey, we're going to have to reason with you. Let's talk about it. None of those things matter. They don't. All that matters is, did I win this portion of it? We played that thing the other day from my buddy David Schweikert, who said he does this big thing on the floor about Social Security being, insolvent in 6 years. And he realized nobody read it. Took him 4 days to put together. And when he asked them about it, they just said, well, we don't really care because that's not what gets us on Fox tonight. My constituents don't care. They will when there's no money. What's the old saying? How long is this going to go on? Till it can't. And that's why when you guys hear me and you're like, you're a lib or you're a super crazy, MAGA person. You know what I am? I care about us. I care about America. I care about where we're going. I care about truth. That's it. I don't care about all the other new, crap that they want to throw at us that's not real. Because so much of this, by the way, can be debunked. That's why I say go challenge your beliefs on a daily basis. When they say something that you think, haven't you ever said, even on your own side, they've come out and they've said something so ridiculous and you thought, I don't know if that's true. Maybe I should look that up. Most people don't do that. They won't. And I don't know why. You should. You should be able to look at your side and go, dude, don't lie to me. Don't blow smoke. Let's have a conversation. That's what we want to do. Want to get the government open, get you guys doing your job, actually come up with a budget, stick to your budget, figure out how we can actually streamline what's going on in government to make it more efficient and serve the people better. That should be like a big deal. It's not, because we're dealing with people that don't care because they care more about the zingers they get online. They care about their memes. We were talking about that earlier. Bell and I were joking earlier. People are so obsessed with things that don't matter in the world of politics. And what ends up happening? All the things that do matter, they go by the wayside. Things go sideways. And you can't pay your car payment in memes. Trust me, we've tried. They don't take that cool, I beat a liberal on the internet today. Oh.
Power bill will take them, though.
Huh?
You can do that with Power Bill, though.
Oh, you can?
Go, here's my fresh memes and my bill's paid.
Bill is paid. See how that works. See the fresh memes. Go get that trophy. When you go up to, when you go up to and you go to pay today at the grocery store, take out that sweet meme and put it in front of the person you got to pay and say, what do you think of that?
Oh, that's another 10% off.
Is that like a coupon? It is not like a coupon. It is not. I know there is, Charlie Kirk is supposed to get the award at 4, right? Posthumously, I think it's 4 today. Medal of Freedom. And I know that, I believe, if I'm correct, it's at 4 o'clock. And I think Matt will be covering that.
Is he presenting it to Erica?
I'm not quite, I'm assuming, yes, that's it. I mean,
it seems like the logical person that he would present it to.
Yeah, it definitely does. It does very much seems like the logical thing. And I don't know where it's at. Is it in the Oval Office? Is it going to be somewhere else? Is it going to be out on the Rose Garden?
They usually do it in those dining rooms. One of those dining rooms.
Yeah, they do, huh? Or they have one of those big rooms where, remember when Obama walked down the hall?
Yeah, and they can get all the press in there.
They
and
can
take their
everybody in
photos
there.
And everything.
Trump just he got some sort of letter from Argentina. I think it's what do you think that is? Do you think
it's a chain letter?
It's an IOU. It says that if they don't pay us back within 12 months, we can repo their country.
And of course, Trump will forget to save the receipt.
If they don't pay us back within 12 months, we get to have Lionel Messi next summer as an American captaining our team at the World Cup. That would be hilarious. We're doing Hot Take Tuesday. A lot of you guys chiming in about that. Our hot take was fun. And we're going to do a little bit more of that. Somebody said earlier, Chad, why do you, because we were talking about, because my hot take was, I'll just throw it out there, I think prostitution should be legal. And some people freaked out. A lot of people were very much like, yeah, cool. And it's half joking, but half reality. Because it goes back to government again. Right? Government. And it also goes back to when stuff goes underground, bad things happen. Think about that. When stuff goes underground, go look at Prohibition. It went underground, crime went through the roof. So it was kind of half joking, but some people are like, well, I listened to the station for a long time. We're not everybody's cup of tea. We're not. We talk about different things. We're going to, we're talking about aliens earlier because maybe there's aliens. Ken and I are pretty sure there's aliens. We're not quite sure what kind.
Well, and on top of that, we have a state rep from this state who has been actively investigating it as part of his job.
Here's something for you. Do you think we'll get the Epstein emails and letters and all the information before we find out there's aliens?
No.
Tim Burchett says all that's cleaned.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure it is.
It's scraped. It's gone.
Yeah. And you know what? The powerful got away with it. Think about that for a second. And this administration was fine with that. That's also a scary thing. It is. So he's going to be on later on today with Matt, and aliens are going to be a big topic. That's the first thing. When he texted us today, hey, I'm going to have Tim on, everybody's like, ask him about aliens, because that's the,
That's his jam, man.
I don't care about the shutdown. I don't. The jam, though, is he has really worked hard at this. He really has. And I'm fine with that. I want to know what's going on, too. But he says it's underwater. We're looking in the wrong place. And if you go look at octopus, squids, they're kind of a weird thing. It is kind of a weird thing. I just want to talk to. Like if he came on days like I want to talk about. I don't want to talk. I want to talk about aliens. It's more important because until government decides to get back together and figure out what the hell they're going to do, it is what it is. Meanwhile, over there in Israel, it's. Can I just say it's not going to be easy? It isn't. And a lot of people out there are, well, this thing's not going to last. It might not last. It might not. Not the way that we think. It's not probably going to get to the 20 points. It's going to take a while for us to see this. This is a generational thing, what's going on over there. And 85% of Gaza is wiped out. Think about that for a second. 85% gone. Imagine today you looked around Nashville and there was only a few things left. Everything else was flattened to virtually dust or just a pile of something. That's what's left there. So this is going to take a while. And it is not going to be easy. And it got done because for the first time ever, somebody looked at Trump and said no. And by the way, yesterday, something that wasn't played for us, but unless you watch the entire thing at the Knesset, when Trump gave a speech, in the middle of his speech, he turned and he looked at the president. So there's prime minister, more powerful than the president, but the president does handle a lot of things. And he said, you need to pardon him. He's being investigated. We don't like that. You need to pardon him. You can make all this go away. You can. You can make it all go away. That's also a big deal here. He is a wartime leader, and it'll be interesting to see how that plays itself out. But this isn't going to be an overnight thing, and I know there are people frustrated. Some of the hostages have not been returned, some of the deceased hostages, and part of that is because where are they?
But today isn't a new dawn for everyone here, because most of the deceased hostages were not returned as expected. The bodies of 28 people were supposed to be released by Hamas, those killed over the course of the war, including 2 Americans, Omar Nutra and Itai Chen. But only 4 have been handed back so far to be identified and buried by their families.
It is going to take a while. And part of that is because if you've 85% of that nation or that area is completely destroyed, so there's nothing left of it, a lot of those people that were guarding them are probably dead. A lot of those areas in which they kept some of these people are blown to smithereens. It will take them a long time to get, if they can ever get everybody back.
When they were sending the hostages back, was there already an understanding of who was alive and who wasn't?
They understood who was alive, but I think they had kind of made it clear that, look, it's going to take us a while to find everybody because they may have kept people over here and, in a tunnel, and that tunnel got shelled and blown up, and everybody in there, including Hamas, died.
So there wasn't like family members, though, watching people getting off the bus and hoping that they're...
No, they knew who was alive and who wasn't. So they knew that. But yesterday when they returned the 4 caskets, it wasn't everybody they thought. And that is, and some of you even said over the last couple of days, do they have refrigeration? No, they didn't have any refrigeration. So finding these people underneath rubble is going to take some time. But I think some of it will get done. All of it? I doubt it. Just because of the destruction that's happened over there. All right, coming up, Hot Take Tuesday. We're doing hot takes. Ken's got his. Bell's got his. I've got mine. Want to hear from you. Remember, hot take is a take that is hot. That has nothing to do with politics. We're politics free when we do our hot takes. Well, that's right ahead. Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 997. All right, it's Hot Take Tuesday. We do our hot takes here. This is where we deliver our hot takes of fun and frivolity. Bell will be right back. He's the powder room. For us, Ken, it's go time. We're going to start with you. Go.
Stand by.
249er.
Where is it? There it is.
There she goes.
Shared hot tubs are just human soup. Everyone's marinating in a broth of sweat, skin cells, and questionable decisions.
You said this. you said that the skin cells.
Yeah.
Because I don't think we realize how much of our skin and dry flake and all that stuff falls off us. Then you're right. You get inside of the thing, and that's why it's so damn hot, so it kills all that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gross, but I'd still go in it. But still.
Yeah, it gets in your mouth.
Ah, goodness. You're ruining one of my things I love. I love a hot tub. Some people like the cold plunge. You know who those people are? Weirdos. You know what I like? The relaxing hot tub. It's good for you. Good for the soul. My hot take is the oldest profession should be legal. And the reason, pretty simple. Not because it's daring, and because it just should be. As adults, if you're not hurting anybody, you should be able to make up your mind, handle your business the way that you feel that you can handle it. We've already got OnlyFans and all this other stuff. We all pretend, well, there's as long as there's a video camera there, it's ridiculous. Bring it out of the shadows. The ladies will protect themselves. The guys and gals in law enforcement can then focus on the younger generation, make sure they don't have to get into that situation, and or make sure they go after all the traffickers, right? But let the adults be the adults. That's my hot take. Bell is back. Bell, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking that short shorts and mini skirts on attractive women are never out of style and should be worn year-round.
Even in Alaska.
Correct, sir.
Did you see the typhoon in Alaska?
No.
Man, nobody knows about it. A massive typhoon rolled into Alaska and wiped out bunches of homes and 100-mile-an-hour winds. It was a hurricane. It was a typhoon, different part of the world, Pacific. And a bunch of people were missing. Nobody paid attention to it. But we're waiting for the big storm to come into New Jersey. So weird. You know what, Bill? Somebody said, I think spandex should come with a weight limit. I didn't think that was very nice. Although I will say spandex, as we all know, can be the great equalizer in certain things. Like Spanx. Ooh. Ladies who wear the Spanx. And the guys, right? They have guys Spanx now. If you've not seen those.
That's not a good look.
No, it's not. It's not. And you know what? It's false advertising. Let's be honest. It's false advertising.
That is true. I did see a story yesterday on Instagram where the woman that invented those, it was born out of a fact that she ripped a pair of hose.
Yes.
And she ends up developing $1 billion company out of ripping her hose.
But it is a little false advertising. Because, you can make it look. Somebody, you go, oh, that person looks nice. And then you're like, oh. And it's the same thing, guys, right? Like for the man Spanx, I've seen those. You pull them up high to your chest. But that's not fair to the ladies either. Is it? So there you go. Those are our hot takes. You guys got your hot takes. I know that. A lot of you on my talking about the prostitution thing. And it's not it's just that, I'm very much a social libertarian, right? Everybody's like, well, you're a Christian. Yes, I am. And beauty of God is God gave us choices. You're allowed to make those choices. And as long as you're not hurting people, you as an adult should be allowed to do what you want to do. We don't, though. We have the nanny state that wants to come in and regulate the hell out of everything and always feels that they've got this right to regulate us. And it's ridiculous. It's the joke. Wasn't it a joke a couple weeks ago? I was talking about selling kidneys. I mean, if you could sell your kidney for $100, $200,000, that'd change your life. Why wouldn't you? People are like, that's just awful. Why is it awful? It's yours. So why is it awful? Well, they're not going to do any harm. That's my favorite thing that I got from people. It's because the medical industry says they'll do no harm. So wait a minute. If I'm going to give it to you for free, they'll do that harm. But if I'm going to sell it to you, that's a bridge too far for them. Okay. All right, coming up. Let's talk a little immigration. Didn't get to it yesterday the way I wanted to. Marjorie Taylor Greene, she is pushing back in a hard way. And a lot of it has to do, by the way, with what's going on when it comes to all of the Epstein stuff. She's making herself loud. Talk a little bit about that, among other things. If you're missing the show, we always say shame on you. Grab the podcast. It is Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 997. Tariffs out there. We got new tariffs going into effect today for lumber, a bunch of other stuff. I read a weird article today about, have you guys seen super lumber? This guy in Yale put this thing together so that makes the lumber 10 times lighter or 6 times lighter than steel and 10 times stronger than steel.
Wow.
How?
It has to do with the way. So it's all chemicals, and the chemicals are applied to it, and it strengthens, it brings everything together, I guess, and makes it even stronger than ever before. And they're gonna build a house on it. He's already got a patent. He has 140 patents. We know what he's doing there.
Yeah.
It's got no life.
He's got no life, but he's got 140 patents because it's about getting that patent. Once you get that patent, life is good. But this thing is supposed to revolutionize the way building is going to be done because you don't have to use the expensive stuff and steel. So they're going to build a couple homes to practice to see how much it would stand up. But prices go
they'll
up.
regulate that right out of affordability.
Oh, yeah. It's all going to be good until somebody comes in and goes, you know what we need to do? Charge you for a piece of paper. Charge you for this, charge you for that. They're going to charge you for everything. You know what's coming is the AI. Wait till the AI tax comes. Wait till that comes. It's coming sooner than you think.
Yeah, because they can't afford all these people that are going to be displaced from work aren't going to be paying taxes, and they can't afford to lose that revenue.
Yeah. So, you're going to go and say, well, I had 150 people, but business is booming. I only got 8. Well, you had 150, so we're going to tax you as if you had 150.
I want to become a plumber and go around clogging everybody's pipes.
Is that how you're going to get your jobs?
You're already doing half that.
So, wait a minute, kid. You're going to knock on people's door and just go in there, can I use your bathroom? You're like, you know what you need now is a plumber.
I'm going to pull a Three Stooges like that time Shemp, Larry, and Moe were exterminators, and they'd walk into high society homes where there were parties going on and people wouldn't pay attention, and they'd release jars of ants and mice.
Oh, so they could then get rid of them. It's like Ghostbusters.
Business.
It's Ghostbusters.
No, they didn't ever put any ghosts.
No, but they threatened to put them back when they weren't going to get paid.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
They threatened. I like that's a good idea. Look at Ken. Ken's going to sneak in there. Then he's going to go outside. Oddly enough, I appreciate you letting me use your bathroom. I just had a major burrito and some hot sauce. I wouldn't go in there for a while, but
it's emergency.
Yeah, it is. And I think you've got an issue with your main line. Luckily for you, I'm also a plumber. And out you go to your truck.
I just happen to be a plumber, ma'am.
Oh, goodness me. That would be hilarious.
Don't go in there for 35, 45 minutes.
Hey, do you got Wi-Fi?
What's your password?
Oh, that's right. You got, because we can't go to the bathroom. That's one of the things that's also happening in our world. We can't go to the bathrooms without our phones.
So a tax on AI.
Tax on AI, man.
You think it's coming, huh?
You can't get rid of a lot of the workforce and, like Bell said, not replace the revenue stream.
And what do they not want to tax?
Well, that's true, too.
That's true.
I mean,
Yeah, that's true.
But you've got to have that, when you think about this, you have to replace that revenue in some way, shape, or form. And the way they're looking at it is, now, will they tax you one for one? Probably not. But they'll figure out a way to have fees and taxes to cover all of the stuff.
And they'll eventually bring in a robot tax, too.
Oh, yeah.
Which all of the big unions won't have to pay if you're working for somebody like GM or...
Yeah, if you've got a human, you won't have to pay the robot tax. In fact, you'll get a break if you've got that. But government loves your money so much. When I ever hear about, you go out there and you see, it's like, oh, trickle down economics might have worked in the 80s. It doesn't really work the way it used to. Crony capitalism's come in and ruined so many things. But government thinks they can do trickle down economics, and government is the biggest part of crony capitalism. Can't have that. Can't have the crony without the crony. And so what happens? They think they could trickle it down to you. And now there's not going to be people working. So, yeah, there's going to be serious issues in the coming months and years. This is not happening. I think a lot of people thought this was going to happen in 2035, and it isn't.
It is happening fast.
So fast. So my uncle and I, we've got our other company, and it's all AI. I do AI stuff. He's the real big nerd in AI. The other day, California passed a law that had to do with lookalikes. So if you're doing AI, if you're doing any AI video stuff, and it's for profit or anything, and it looks like a certain person or whatever, they could make it so you can't shoot that person's face and have it in front of the camera.
What about the voice?
Voice is a little tougher.
Because I've seen spots that literally have Joe Rogan's voice and it ain't Joe.
No. And that's the problem. Because somebody can go online and a bot, and they could set stuff up and make it so you could sell, your creatine or whatever it is he's selling. And it's hard for them to, because
it makes it look like the celebrities endorse the product when they don't know anything about it.
They know nothing about it. And that's tough because you're just trying to get as many, they'll send a cease and desist, or he may never even know about it because that person may do 50, or that bot maybe do 50 of those things a day. And go look at a few things. One, go look at the voice. Go look at the mouth. So many people don't look at the mouth. Go look at the mouth because so often than not, it doesn't match up. And that's something. But I saw, not Rogan, I forgot who it was the other day, where I could tell it sounded tinny, even though it sounded like him. And I forgot who it was, but they were selling something that I know they weren't selling. It was some, I don't know what it was. And I just sat there and I thought, that's not even, but people will buy it. Like you said, they'll think it's real. And AI, guys, it is. Ken, you haven't seen. I was showing. Have you seen Sora? Have you guys played with Sora yet? I showed Belle this today. It is so good, and it is moving so fast. Do you remember what was? Oh, some of it's awful. I'm not going to lie to you. It is awful.
Okay.
And right now there's a big push apparently to make both Bob Ross and Mr. Rogers gangsters. And it's kind of funny.
Oh, is this the video that had Manson?
But it had Charles Manson pitching everybody at Shark Tank for his what was it?
Stone
stabber.
Stone stabber.
Yeah.
Which is basically a knife glued to a big rock.
If you didn't know who Charles Manson was and you didn't understand that, you would look and say that was a real person because it sounded like him too.
Weird.
And it doesn't take long to do. Sora has changed everything, and it's moving faster than you can believe. It is crazy. And I thought we would get to 2028 before we would start getting, to this point now, because now politicians have no chance. And it's all plausible deniability. Because you can say that's not me. It's not me.
Ah, yeah.
That's AI. That's not me. And then you can go out and produce. See, the voice was always going to be the first one I thought that was going to come through, which it did. But I don't think they planned how fast AI would come about and change itself to being this, because it's changing on a daily basis. I was talking to my uncle last week because we're doing something right now for regular old television. And he goes, what's crazy, man, is we'll work on something on a Monday, and by Friday, it'll be 30 times better than it was on a Monday. It has improved that much.
Wow.
And because when I first started here last year, so I've been here a year, when AI was just starting to take off, they had the glitches, they had the things where, remember, it would be like 6 fingers on one hand, or so, none of that stuff anymore. It's just real. It's hard to believe. This used to be the thing, is I need to see it to believe it. The problem now is I don't know if I believe it when I see it.
Bingo.
I just don't.
I'm questioning everything.
Everything. I mean, every single thing I'm questioning. You have to, dude. What did I see?
Absolutely, you do, man.
I saw something that I was pretty sure was real, but I went to like 20 different places to make sure it was real.
Right.
Because I wasn't 100% sure it was real. I was like,
was it real?
Huh?
Was it real?
It ended up being real.
Yeah.
But you know what?
But it gave you pause.
It absolutely gave me pause. And I do this for a living. And I do this with arguably 2 or 3 of the best people doing this in the entertainment world. And there'll be things that they'll go, I don't know if that's real or not. Like, that's how good it is, especially with pictures. Pictures in particular right now, it's virtually impossible to tell. It's crazy.
I'll personally just be glad when they finally come up with a bunch of new voices for AI to use, because there are 1 or 2 that every time I hear it, I just want to take a piece of glass and jam it in my eye.
They need to come up with better. Well, here, you don't have to use those voices. So, like the ones that we use, we can go act out whatever part or whatever thing we need, and then it could just take our voice and it puts it to it. But how good these things are becoming. And this was stuff where, like all of us have been like, how long have you been a radio, Ken?
Since 1984.
So, holy mother, what were you, like 12?
I was 16.
16? You're working at one of those little places that had a knob to turn instead of faders?
No, man. Well, yeah, they did have knobs.
Yeah, turning the knobs up, baby.
It was called the board.
The bore?
The board.
Well, it's still called the board, but now
Yeah.
we just use faders.
Yeah.
What is what was it, country?
The daytime AM was country. The FM piped in adult contemporary with DJs and everything out of New York.
That's so cool. We've worked in this industry long enough to know we've seen things change like you cannot believe.
Yep.
And if you would have told me when I first got in this business, I used reel and razor blades and tape.
Yep.
Think about that. Reel, razor blades, and tape. Bell, I'm sure when you were like in the music industry, besides the radio side of stuff, those guys back then, there wasn't Pro Tools and all this other stuff.
Oh, no. Not even, no. Not
yeah,
even
there was the
close.
thing called
24 track.
It was like Odyssey or something. One of the first digital, and it wasn't connected to a computer. It was almost like its own video game where everybody would like edit on it and stuff. It was super basic. Now you can get I can do anything for $300. That's what's crazy.
True.
Amazing.
That's what's crazy. All right, coming up, there's some more of this interesting talk, because I think it's important that we talk about it because it's here. And the thing is, learning how to use it.
I got to interrupt.
Huh? What?
Keith just texted in and said Ken was working back when even radio was black and white.
Oh, that's it.
And you could smoke in the control room.
Oh God, those were the days. Those were a different kind of days.
Hot off the press. Hot off
Hey, everybody,
the
look what's
UPI
going on.
press.
There's a Led Zeppelin outside, and it's falling from the sky. World War II is over. We're all having a good time. We're having a gay old time here. It's the Chad Benson Show. Super Talk 99.7. As we inch closer and closer to Venezuela. Oh, we got them, guys. You know what? We shouldn't be doing that. They're 2,700 miles away from there. There's no due process. We shouldn't do that. Sorry. Some people are like, no, we should. No, if we're serious, Mexico has got the people that we're searching for. Us blowing up people who are doing God knows what that far away.
Well, the bombs were about to expire. They had to get rid of them.
Is that what it is? All right, Ken, I want you to listen to this, okay? Here we go. This is from 0544, who sent me this. It's Sora is Wild. This is Elvis Presley. Find out who's the baby. And it looks like Elvis for real. I saw one yesterday where Elvis and Tupac were doing a rap. The song was amazing.
Goodness.
That's here. And Brett sent us, tell everybody what he sent us from his phone sitting there.
Yeah, that he did this in his truck on his phone. He sent 2 clips of Chad sitting in front of the television saying things he never said and making moves he never made.
Yeah. Just from today, took it right off here.
On his phone.
On his phone. It's crazy. It is that easy to do. It is incredible what it can do. It is also terrifying what it can do. And it's not going anywhere. It isn't. It's going to be here for quite a while, people, like forever, or until it decides to eat us or whatever it's going to do with us. You know, somebody said earlier, we were talking about aliens. Somebody said, you know what's really scary? What if Earth is some alien kid's third grade project that they got a C on?
Of course, the teacher comes in and goes, now, if you can get the little tiny nukes to go off, I'll give you a B.
We are the trailer park of the skies, guys. We are. I think the aliens get close by. They realize it's really loud. They turn around and leave. What you gonna do? Speaking of that, I watched and we should talk about this coming up next hour. All of the people who are sending Robin Williams to the family of Robin Williams.
Dude, I'm sorry. He just sent a brand new one, and it's you saying we have a special guest and bringing Jesus onto the show into the picture.
Takes seconds. Seconds to do. AI, kids. Learn it. Learn to live with it. Because it's not going anywhere. And the more that you can figure out how to work with it, the better it's going to be. Or, as Ken said, become a plumber, eat big burritos, go into people's houses, say, I need to use your toilet.
Create your own work.
Create your own work. Ken's do-it-yourself toilet plug-in business. Coming up, hour number 3 of the program. Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 99.7.